What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of 40 and Fighting. We got some mango hef this time. We're going to try this out because he doesn't read before he buys a beer. And apparently Blue Moon was out, so maybe there's a shortage. I don't know. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about some fun stuff.
Well, first of all, this is John.
It is I.
I'm the original white belt slayer. A.K.A. Duck and Upper Belts. A.K.A. White belt slayer.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Today we're going to talk about why people quit jiu-jitsu, specifically at white belt. And then on the flip side, blue belt, sorry, is what I meant to say.
Like, most people quit
Yeah,
at blue.
most people at blue. And then on the flip side, why is it so addicting?
Yeah, why is jiu-jitsu so addicting? I mean, what do you want to start? Like, with why people quit, or why is it so addicting? That's.
Let's go to the addicting part. I'll let you go. Oh, let's get into these orange
let's get into these.
or these mango hefts.
Orange. Can't even get your fruits right.
Slay some white belts this week, though. How was your week? Did you slay any white belts this week?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, so I forgot already until he just said that. He could have lied about it. This motherfucker got tapped out by a white belt this week.
There are
full-on submission.
There are reasons why it happened.
I don't care that you're hurt.
I did smash him after.
I actually had a topic that I didn't write down. That's kind of generally around that. So, like, if you catch someone in some fuck shit and they got an injury or they tap from said fuck shit, does that count?
I mean, it still counts.
Like, let's say, like, you're rolling. Yesterday, I watched the homies roll, and one dude was, I think it was actually you. You were rolling. You were rolling somebody else, and I was yelling at him what to do, and you were defending, but his foot was stuck under you. And if he would have tried to execute the move, he would have blown his own knee out.
Yeah.
So, let's say...
I do that on purpose.
Yeah, you trap the knee.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah.
But let's say you're trapping the knee like that, and he rolls and taps from his own pain. Does that count as a submission?
Counts as a submission.
Everything fucking counts.
Everything
That's what I'm
counts.
saying.
Yeah.
Everyone can get it.
Counts.
Yeah.
Everyone can get it. Yeah.
But let's go back to you getting smashed by white belts this week.
I didn't get smashed. It just happened.
Did you get caught?
Kind of.
Were you in a position where you were getting smashed?
I could have.
Where were you? Where were you when you're getting smashed?
Oh yeah. Cheers. Let's try this first. Let's see.
Yeah.
That smells good. Do you smell it? That smells really good. Like
this actually tastes like mango.
Yeah,
unlike the mango IPAs, never taste like mango. Have you ever had the mango cart IPAs?
If you ever get an IPA, it's never going to taste like what
it tastes like grapefruit.
It tastes like, it tastes
they
like
all taste
IPA.
like grapefruit.
It tastes like IPA. It's going to be bitter.
Yeah.
Like super bitter.
That's why I like the hazy.
Some more bitter than others, but yeah, this is pretty good. It smells really good too.
Smells really good, yeah.
Like that would fool you.
Yeah, I foamed myself though.
Yeah.
But back to you getting smashed by a white belt.
So
let's talk through this roll because I saw you get smashed twice in one day, which doesn't happen very much.
I didn't get
smashed. Let's start. What position were you in when you got submitted? Were you on bottom?
No, he was on mount. Oh yeah. He was a mount. He was a mount.
So you were getting smashed.
I wasn't getting smashed. I wouldn't call being someone on mount being smashed. I wasn't suffering. He just.
Could you get out of the mount?
We had just got into it, so maybe.
Let me.
Know.
So, I'm terrible.
I'll say this week. You know when you have an injury, and you have like, you try to roll a little bit different, try not to aggravate said injury. Well, that's the issue I've had with the nerve. So I've been trying to. I can't really reach too far back, and I can't do much with it without it like pinching my nerve. So I've been trying to be really careful how I do things, and it obviously your game changes. I can't do certain things that I normally do.
Yeah.
So he did catch me, and he did get him out, and then he went for Americana.
Did
but
you get caught, or did he get you in the position he wanted you to get you in and submit you? That's different from being caught. Being caught's like in transition. No, you're rolling through something.
He definitely got the move. He got it.
So you got.
But I definitely tapped like. I thought about
you said I'm daddy.
No. So I definitely could have like tried to fight through it, roll to my side and kick the arm out. But
sometimes you have to weigh that. It's like, do you fight it or do you just tap?
And that's kind of where I was at. I was like, I could have probably tried to fight it, but I didn't know how like aggravating it would be to my arm. And then like it's starting to feel better. So I was like, you know what? I'll just tap. I don't care. I'll tap.
That sounds like
I have zero like what do you call it? What do people like? I have no reason. I don't. Well. Everyone has an ego. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to have an ego. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to tap. I'm not someone that's going to be like, you're crushing my face and my fucking teeth are going to be caved in, but I'm not going to tap I'll tap. I don't care.
That's funny. I thought about that today and the day before. Like, my ears are killing me right now. because I was rolling with some white belts who I don't roll. These guys I don't roll hard with yet. They're still really new. And I was showing him positions, and he was doing something, and I was like, no, you got to, like, really do this. And the whole time, he's grinding the fuck out of my ear, and I just didn't want to be like, hey, man, how about you not grind my ear while I'm being nice to you? But, you know, it's just you got to chalk that shit up to the game.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is, like, I got cauliflower ear on the insides, so it doesn't even look cool.
Yeah, no.
I can't even stick a headphone in one ear. Dude, my headphones, if you see my headphones, I got, like, the big normal-sized earbud on the other side and the little tiny one on the other side.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, after that,
let's finish the submission.
Well, yeah, he just caught me in an Americana, so I tapped.
Fuck, dude.
And so, but I was like, okay,
by a little dude too. I mean, he's not small, little, but he ain't full size.
But so then I was like, okay. So then I was like, all right.
When you got paper cutted, was that the next roll?
It might have been the next roll. No, that was after Misa, or was it before Misa?
I know. I saw you get tapped out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, that was probably my last roll, though. I think, that was my last roll. So then, all right, so we reset, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to fucking go for it, because this is what I was saying, no one doesn't have an ego, so I'm like, all right, that's not going to happen again. Yeah. And then I got him in an arm triangle. I got to mount, put him in an arm triangle, went on belly with the arm triangle, and then just cooked him for about a minute.
That's how you got to do it.
And then I finished it.
You got to let him know, too.
Yeah. I think well, that was the whole purpose of, like, I think that's the whole purpose for me of, like, all right, I caught the arm triangle, and I'm like, he can do whatever he wants. He's not getting out of it, and it's kind of like, you want to squeeze just enough where it sucks, but not enough to where he's going to tap. Yeah. And then you just cook him for a bit. Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. And then I really just, like, tightened it up and
were you in your head with that let him cook meme?
Yes.
I think homie's like a 3 or 4 stripe anyway. I mean, I wrist like that dude.
I don't wrist lock.
Oh man, I was rolling with him a few weeks.
That was going through my head too, because that's the other escape was to go over and wrist lock him, and I was like, I don't.
I can't catch that from there. I don't have the arms for that.
Well, you just have to turn into it.
Yeah, but I mean, if I turn into it, I'm out.
Well,
yeah. I was rolling with him a few weeks ago when we rolled or whatever, and he did something super aggressive to me. I don't remember what it was. It was something aggressive, and I was like, oh, Playboy. I got you by like 85 pounds. Like, it's about to be on right now.
Yeah.
And then I think I wrist locked him. This really nasty one, too, where he tried to frame on my hip, and I was like, oh, I caught that hip with my hip, or his hand with my hip, and just rolled my hip over his hand and just brought the weight down.
I'll say he did celebrate a little bit, and I was like, "Damn, that's fucked up." But
celebrating.
I was kind of
unless there's certain dudes. If I catch him in the gym, I'm going full Leandro Low. Just
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's ever tapped me, and I've tapped him like multiple times, every single time we roll. So,
I do too. Yeah.
But I thought on the same token, I looked at it kind of like, oh, that's cool. Like someone's like, I'm a challenge to someone where they're excited that they finally got me in a tap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because I know you've had, you've probably rolled with someone and then you tap them and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I fucking.
Not me. I'm just stoked to pass someone's guard then. I'll pass normally.
So yeah. Yeah. No, and then Johnny fucked me up.
I saw that. You were panicking. Like, I saw you, like, defending, and then I saw you said, you know what? I saw your hand slip, and I was like,
that's exactly.
I was like, there it is.
I was, like, defending pretty well, and I was like, oh, that's right. And I think I just got comfortable, and I moved, and he, like, boom, he took advantage of it. And it was deep. And I was trying to fight it for a bit, and then I was like, shit, I'm stuck, and I had to tap. But he got me. Dude, that was, like, super deep. You know what's interesting? I don't get caught in positions like that, so I forget how much they suck.
Yeah.
He fucking got me. And like people will go for something like that and they might halfway get it on me, but I've never, like, it doesn't happen that often where like someone like fully sinks it in, and he fucking sunk it in. That was good though. I give him that one. That was good. I was just like, damn.
Well, I'm specifically trying to learn the half guard game. I have been probably 90% of the time I've been rolling. Still not any better at it. I'm getting better at holding people there, stalling people out. But so I'm always on bottom. I'm always getting grinded out. I'm always on the bottom of the punishment.
I bet you are.
Sometimes you gotta be a bottom player. You know what I'm saying? Power bottom.
$5 million.
Yeah, you got that $5 million. Come see me. But getting mounted. So like, I let people mount me all the time because I can. 90% of the time, I'll get out of the mount.
So side control. What's your mount escape preference? Is it
I'm gonna give him a shout out. I'm actually gonna say his name. Shout out to Bobby. Bobby showed me when I was a white belt when I was to go compete for the first time. So what you do is, like, especially me, since I'm a little bit wider than most dudes. So like what I'll do is like if I'm in side control, I'll let you mount me. I'll put my legs down.
easier.
I'll start
It's
to
a little
push.
easier to get
It's
out of
way
mount.
easier to
Yeah,
get out of the mount than the side control.
Yeah.
So I'll let people mount me, and then I'll roll to my side. I prefer my left side, so I'll roll onto my left side. And most people, when I go to roll, if they don't go to technical mount, they're off balance.
Yeah.
So as soon as I do that, I push the leg and I roll my leg around and collect it.
Okay. Yeah.
So then I'm in half guard, which is where I like to be.
yeah,
anyway.
where you like to be.
On the preferred side, I like to be on.
Yeah.
Over the last couple weeks, I've been trying to play the opposite side, and man, talk about fucking being
Your brain
shitty.
just doesn't work.
I'm on the opposite side, and I was like, I know how to do this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
me and Johnny, yesterday me and Johnny were doing he was doing De La Riva escapes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And you go to what you like your
Yeah.
side, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna try the other side. So we tried the other side, and it was like brain meltdown. I'm like, man, it's so hard to and I hear people say, I mean, some people I hear say like, hey, you should train both. But then I've heard also like, hey, learn it from your good side so you at least know it, and then start working it on your bad side.
you got a whole lifetime to train the bad shit.
Yeah.
Train the good shit right now. Bring the hot shit.
Exactly.
What's the point of developing 2 shitty games when you can develop one okay game?
Okay game, yeah. I get that. Yeah, I agree.
But I think that ties into what we're trying to talk about jiu-jitsu being addictive. I mean, the first time you take a grown man's back and sink that choke in, and he's got to say quit, that's why it's so addictive right there, I think.
Yeah.
What for you? I mean, for me, like the first day I was addicted. I mean, when I first started going, the professor was like, yeah, 3 days a week's good. So I was going, I didn't really think about it too much, but I was just thinking about days and days off, right? So I was going, I think Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, I think I was going. So on Thursdays, and I only had I didn't have a no-gi set up at the time, so I was just doing like the half-an-hour gi class, and they were always sucky. And it was always just me and the big brown belt homie, the new brown belt homie. And I'm just getting smashed out no matter what I'm doing. Like, he's like, yeah, here's the escape for this. And I'm like, how?
He's like, I don't even know what that is.
First
to
of all,
escape
I'm
from.
like a no or one stripe,
Yeah.
probably a no stripe white belt at the time, the one I'm thinking of. And he's like, yeah, you just do this and do that. And I'm like, first of all, this motherfucker weighs the same as me. And when I started, I was 285, so he was at least 285.
Yeah.
But he's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's way bigger.
Thick.
Taller. Yeah.
Thick, Donald Trump thick, you know what I'm saying?
Donald Trump thick, all right.
And then, but as soon as I started figuring out, no, I need to go to different classes to see different looks with different people, instantly I was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ready to rip from day one, but even when I got hurt, I hurt my knee. I don't know what actually happened because I never went to the doctor because I'm a grown man. I hurt my knee in class on a Saturday, and within like a week I was back just rolling on my knees. I rolled on my knees probably for 6 months, 3 to 6 months, because every time someone would stand me up or even just pull me into the guard if my knee hit the ground, I felt like it was going to explode.
Yeah.
It was so messed up. I wore a knee guard for about a year and a half. Then one day I forgot it and never put it back on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So
I think there's a, I mean, personally, I think the fact that you can, like,
taking another man's manhood is fucking.
it's not even. Well, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean it's not even that?
It
Don't try to say it's not that.
It is a big part of it.
You like to be a little man.
It is a big part of being able to like physically control someone, and there's absolutely nothing that they can do. So like the first time you experience that, you go in, like, because you go in and you just get smashed. Right
I went in there as a hard motherfucker. I wasn't bricked up, but I was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I go in there ready to fucking rip, and like little kids would beat me up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you go in the first bit, you're just getting smashed, getting smashed. But you're learning, and then like someone new comes in, and then you go up against someone new, and you're like, oh damn, like, and then even as like maybe a 6, 7, 8 month white belt, when a new person comes in and you roll with them,
8-month white belt fucking couldn't beat me. What's up, Playboy?
You know, at that point you're just like, you're kind of like, oh, like you, like. People are they feel like children to you. Like grown men feel like children, and you're like, damn, that's crazy that like there's nothing he can do.
When there's a new white belt.
When there's a new white belt.
Yeah, when you're like an 8-month white belt. Yeah.
There's like nothing that this person can do to prevent you from doing whatever you want to freaking do.
Were you ever on the opposite side of that? Like you're rolling to someone and maybe they put you belly down and they're like, man, I can't do shit right now.
Yeah, it sucks.
If homie wanted to take it, he could take it.
Yeah, it sucks. It's horrible.
You ever think about that when you're rolling?
I think more. I'm not like.
Where's my camera?
Your mindset. I'm more like. I think of more of in the event of like, oh damn, like I would be dead. Like I'd be dead.
Yeah.
That's where I would be right now.
It's
simulated murder.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if that recently happened on the train, some dude was acting up and he held him in a rear naked choke for freaking 15 minutes and killed him.
That dude was dead after like the second minute, probably.
Yeah, probably like 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, brain dead. But that's what I mean. It's like it's simulated murder. A lot of the things you do, like all right, so they break your arm, boom, now you can't defend. Now they're gonna choke you out, and that's all. That's it. So, but I think. All right, to get outside of that, obviously that's not like addicting. Like you're like, oh yeah, breaking someone's arm, blah blah. But
that's 100% addicting. The first time you grab someone's shit and you fucking rip it, and like when you're if you're lucky enough to catch submissions when you're a white belt, like when you're a lower level white belt, and you're ripping arm bars on people, dude, nothing feels better. I think that's awesome, but I don't think that at its core that's why it's so addicting. Well, why do you think it is then?
So, one. I think the big thing for me, and you might disagree, you might agree, is as like humans, you grow up and you need like interaction with someone. You grow up with your mom, your dad, whatever, playing. Even if it's your uncle, whoever, like they're playing catch with you, you're getting high fives, you're getting hugs, as you grow up, right? And then as you get older, maybe you find a wife or a husband or whatever you do, and you find someone, and then that interaction is still there, right? But like as humans, you crave like a sense of like belonging, a sense of camaraderie, a sense of like just interaction with someone. Sure. And for a lot of people, as you get older, you lose that, right? And so this gives people like you don't think about it.
Like
I don't
the fellowship of it.
Yeah, and even that, just like interacting with someone on let's be honest,
that's like a long time for you to get there, dog.
A very intimate level when you're rolling with someone. Like you don't fucking.
You ever had another man sweat in your mouth?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Not only that, but like you're like you're basically like right on top of each other.
You were talking a minute ago about hitting the head and arm triangle or the arm triangle. When you're face to face with someone, you can throw a little. You can hear a little.
Yeah. Just give it a little whisper in the ear. Yeah, exactly. But I think that at its core, like that is a big part of it. That we naturally as humans need that, and as you get older, you lose it. Yeah. And this gives like you may not think of it that way, or you may not think that's why you like it, but I think that's a big reason why it's so addicting is because your body gets all those endorphins, releases like it's like a drug. It releases all these endorphins, freaking adrenaline. Constantly adrenaline, all the different feelings you get when you win, when you lose, like all those emotions, all that. And when I say emotions, it's really the chemicals that your body is releasing, right? When you get all these things, your victories, your small victories, your wins, whatever it is. And I think all that,
or even your losses. I mean, the losses are more motivating to me than winning.
Yeah, and I think all of that cumulative, it makes jiu-jitsu so addicting, and why people keep coming back after your first time. Like you're like, oh wow, this is crazy. And then you start building friendships and start having that common interest with people. And I think we both mentioned I didn't have anybody out here.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody. Yeah.
I didn't know anybody.
I lived out here for like 7 years before then.
Yeah, we were out here we're out here 5 years now. So about 3 years, I didn't talk to anybody, not even my neighbors. And then I started jiu-jitsu, and now it's like I know a lot of people out here, and we all, we barbecue, we go out to events, we do all these things together. So then you have that added to it. So I think that's the big part of it is, between all of that is why it's just so addicting and it's like.
Well, also just like when you walk down the street and you feel like a fucking weapon when you're like a 2-stripe white belt. You're just walking down the street, fucking looking at everyone like the fucking squids.
I mean, there is also, there's an element of knowing that most of the population doesn't do jiu-jitsu, and they would be fucked if they, if you grab them and there's nothing that they can do to you.
Well, we're gonna come back to the original topic. That took me to another topic I wrote down here. You ever had to use jiu-jitsu in real life?
I haven't, not yet.
So I haven't in a real situation yet, but a year or so ago, I think I just got promoted to blue belt, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, whenever it was. I was at my brother's house, and I have an older brother. So if you had an older brother, you know the fucking deal. He just whoops your ass all the time. He used to beat the brakes off me all the time. This motherfucker, so he went to another school. He's older than me. He's like 5 years older than me. So he went to another school. So I was in elementary school. He's in middle school. I'm in middle school. He's in high school. So I'm walking home from middle school. And at the time, we lived in this house, and the doorknob didn't work right. And it was really hard to open. I'm sitting there trying to open my doorknob, and I hear do-do-do-do-do, and I look up. My brother's on the roof just pouring water on me. That was
He's that brother.
Yeah, dog. He used to just fuck me up.
That brother.
I remember one time he Street Fighter spin kicked me through a wall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we were doing something in the room. He's like, I'm gonna show you how to do this, and this boom, spin kicked me, hit me with the heel in the face, went through a wall. So that was like our relationship growing up right now. We're pretty close now, but we went out somewhere. He lives in Austin. We went out somewhere, and people kept asking me because I was wearing a jiu-jitsu shirt. People kept asking me about it all day. So finally, we get back to his house, and we're all drunk, and he's talking shit. He's like, "Yeah, that shit, jiu-jitsu shit don't work." And I was like, "All right, dude. All right, it doesn't work." And I don't know why he thought of this. He collar tied with me.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh, you just fucked up." I collar tied, dragged him, and swept him onto the concrete in the tile in his house. Took his back, pulled him onto my lap, and just held him in a rear naked choke. And he was like, like fucking choking to death. And finally, I kind of let it go because I thought he was gonna pass out. And then he spins around, so like I'm in the guard, and he's like, "This is where I'd be hitting you." And I was like, "Oh, really?" I sat up from the guard and put him in an Ezekiel till he was about to pass out. And I was like, "Come on, dude! Like, you really don't think this shit doesn't work?" So, I mean, haven't used it in real life, but that's pretty close. Dude, that's a layman.
What did he say after that?
He still talks shit, but he don't want the fucking.
Because he was drunk.
Yeah, I tell him all the time, like, "What's up, Playboy? You want some of this?"
And that's what's scary.
I'm the big little brother too.
You know
what's up, dog?
You know what? To think about this. You were a white belt.
I was a blue belt then, but
okay, blue belt. But think like you only get better.
Yeah, for sure.
So for a good example is like something that Omar says a lot about jiu-jitsu, and it's not the only sport. Wrestling is one, MMA is one, but in terms of really combat sports are the only ones where there's no off season. If you take an off season, your entire
wrestling has a season. There's an off season.
Nathan's training right now.
Yeah, but
they're off season.
Yeah, but not always. Not all schools are like that. Not unless you're serious.
Yeah. So
in jiu-jitsu, we're doing it every day.
Yeah, that's where my point was going was like at least with jiu-jitsu, there's no, you can't take if you take a break, your teammates that you used to smash they're going to get better. There's people that used to smash me in the gym. They took like 6 months off. They came back. Not anymore.
Yeah, there's one specific guy that I have this feeling about. I like him a lot too. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was probably like 2 or 3 stripe white belt, he used to fuck me up. I mean, it wasn't even like fair. Mm-hmm. Like the shit he would do to me, he would just smash me. And if I could get out from mount or side control, I'd feel like I won. Yeah. That's how bad he used to beat the brakes off me. One time we were warming up for something. I don't want to say what it was because I don't want to call him out on it now. But we were warming up for something. I think he submitted me like 15 times in 5 minutes. Like full on, like I'm fighting this dude. Yeah. We were warming up.
Yeah.
And then he left for whatever reason. He stopped coming to class pretty often. And now, at that time, I think I was a brand new blue belt, and I think he was like a 2-stripe blue belt. Mm-hmm. So he's left, and I've gone all the way through blue belt now. Now I'm a purple belt, right? I think the last time him and I rolled, I was a 4-stripe blue belt. But I was basically at the end of blue belt, and he was still a 2-stripe blue belt. So that's how you can see how much time he took off. And we rolled. And I fucked him up. It was like he wasn't even there. Yeah. And then one of the times I hit him with the most fuck shit I've ever had. I was trying to Kimura him, like dark side Kimura, and somehow he sat up. And I switched to the rear naked choke, but I couldn't throw my legs around him, and I rear naked choked him from my knees. And he almost went to sleep because I didn't feel him tapping because the way I had it set up, like he couldn't tap and I couldn't feel him tapping. And then finally, I kind of let it go because I thought I felt him tapping. He just kind of sat down and was like, and it's like that's what happens when you stop.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens when you stop. And I know exactly what you mean. It's a crazy. It's just.
And those are dudes who train, who know the positions.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying is like you take time off, everyone else is going to keep getting better, and they're going to keep going, and they're going to, especially you got your. I think we talked about this before. There's like a core group of people at the gym that just. They're there all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like they're there day in, day out. We're always there, and usually you're like, hey, where's this person at?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're definitely your game's gonna keep improving, and if you don't show up and you're not consistent, and even if you are consistent, like some of us go like 5-6 times a week. If you're only going 3 times a week, it's gonna be hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, and basically I'm a weapon.
Yeah. When I was a kid, when I first got into like karate, and I wanted to take karate because you had like 3 Ninjas, all the Van Damme movies. Like
that was my dog.
I just remember I was like, I'm gonna murder someone with my hands. My hands are gonna be weapons. And then
did you register him?
Yeah,
that's exactly where I was going. I said I was a weapon. I wanted to talk about that next.
When I was little, I used to be like, man, I'm gonna be so good. I'm gonna have to register my hands as weapons.
It's funny. I had one of the homies at my office today. I had one of my homies at my office today, or this week, and he was joking when he said it, but I was fucking with him because I had my certificates in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, if you keep with it, one day you'll get one of these. And I had my purple belt certificate there, and he's like, so what's this? Like, is this what you register with? And And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you have to have this to compete. But he was like, register yourself as a weapon. And he was joking, but then I was like, yeah, dude, that's where it's fucking at right there.
I mean,
dude, purple belt,
if something happens and you, let's say, do something to someone, that will probably come up in your trial because they're gonna be like, he knew what he was doing, versus, oh, he didn't know what a rear naked choke was, and so he just saw it on TV and we was just holding it, versus like, oh, he's been training for fucking X amount of years. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. That was a willful fucking thing.
I was able to get away with that before this podcast.
Not anymore.
Because I'm super incognito on the internet.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So just know, I am a weapon. Going back to why do you think people quit at blue belt?
Ooh, it's crazy because you read that.
That's like the stat, right?
That's like, if you look at the statistics, there's a big amount of people that do quit at white, and
90% of people probably quit at white, but you don't remember them.
Yeah.
So you only remember the people that quit at blue.
That comes. I never understood why, like, what makes it difficult when you first start is no one remembers your name.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't stick around.
Did you have a white belt name?
One
of the homies has got a white belt name still.
Really?
He's a purple belt now.
Really?
He's still got a white belt name.
No. No, but I'm saying, it's hard to, you feel like an outcast a little bit because from if you're in there all the time, it's hard to, you get someone new and then they're gone in 3 months, 4 months, they're just gone. Or a week, Oh,
hold on. That reminds me. So there was this kid, so I signed up and I was still doing, the intro classes, whatever. Mm-hmm. He had me do, 2 or 3 of them. And then this kid signed up, and this kid was, white cholo, full gangbanger tattoos and everything like that. And I came across his Instagram maybe about 2 or 3 weeks later, and he put, white belt under, you know what I mean? Under our school. I never saw it full again.
Have you gone back to his Instagram?
No, I don't remember his name or anything, but it's he can't, that fool was oh, I'm fucking bout it. Went on there, put his street name on there and everything, and then never came back.
Never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. I'll say, I saw a saying that someone was talking about, and they said, Jiu-Jitsu is for people who like to suck, because they're, even when
this guy sucks.
So even when you think you're doing good, fuck you. Even when you think you're doing good, I'll have a really good week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks where I'm just
gonna give it to you.
where I'm just man, I'm feeling great. I'm just smashing people, and then something
you go compete and get your shit broke off.
Or something, not even competing, but something like last night. I fucking got smashed last night, and I'm fuck. I don't want to say I'm amazing. That it just doesn't happen all the time to me.
That reminds me of something else. I'd be talking mad shit, fucking up white belt slayer over here, and I'll be slaying some white belts and shit, right? And then I'll be rolling with someone who just puts it on me all the time. And then I'll see those white belts looking oh my god.
Yeah, the levels.
Even not oh my god, this dude's so much better. It's the dude beat me so much better. It's oh my god, I can't believe that guy's getting beat. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's let me get back up and hit that white belt again.
That goes to the jiu-jitsu that white people quit too. Is there are 100% levels to the game because you for sure I think about that too. When I smash someone, there's certain people that I don't want to say I don't like because I'm cool with everybody.
There's motherfuckers I don't like.
But there's certain people where I'm kind of ugh, and I'll roll hard with them. Not I'm not trying to hurt them, but I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Well, you don't want to get caught.
Yeah, so
especially by someone
exactly,
you don't like.
And then I know I was rolling with someone else, and they were watching, and I was getting pushed in, a little bit, and I kind of like look over and they're just smiling. I was like, this motherfucker is enjoying it, But it's that same thing. What you're just saying is like when someone that smashes you all the time, and you're like, man, they're so fucking good, and then you watch them go with someone else, and you're like, oh fuck. They just
I think that's part of the addictiveness of it, though. Like if we're going back to the first part of it,
it's like,
yeah, because you can get there. It's just like I said, the dude that beat the fucking brakes off me 15 times in 5 minutes. I used to think man, I can't. This dude is so good.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. One day I might be able to be that good. And he was only a blue belt at the time.
When you first started, and you would roll with let's say you first started and you were rolling with blue belts, where you're like, oh my god, these guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
And you're like, I don't know if I'll ever be that good. And they were just blue belts.
Yeah. And
so do you think that you're at that standards that they were?
Yeah.
Where you feel like,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I smash those dudes now.
Yeah.
Not calling this person out particularly, but one of the worst submissions I ever got caught in was by Sean, by Buff Sean. I always call him Buff Sean. I can't think of his last name right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Man, when I was a white belt, I was probably like a 1 or 2 stripe white belt. And it was on a Saturday. And Saturdays, I mean, I think they still are probably one of the tougher classes. I don't go on Saturdays much anymore.
They're mostly just rolling now.
Yeah.
They used to do like one.
Yeah, it would be a quick
like
technique.
or it'd be like a street technique, like
Yeah.
someone grabs
Like
you
heel
from
hook.
behind or heel hooks. It'd be like stuff they don't teach in normal class. Yeah.
So he caught me. I didn't know what to do. And somehow he like arm dragged me or whatever and took my back. So I was like, oh, I got to sit down. And he stood, same thing. He stood up and like rear naked choked me, but he was standing. So he caught the rear naked choke from like, the real, like the back position, like the backpack. And then I wasn't tapping it. I guess I was defending it. And then he put his feet on the ground and stood up. Ooh. And he's not very tall,
Kinda
but
like
I'm not very tall standing up and sitting down. So he lifted me into a rear naked choke. And that was probably one of the worst submissions I've ever been caught in. But now, I mean, him and I are pretty equal. We go hard with each other. But if I decide to play top game on most of those guys that have kind of slowed down as I've kept going, it's done.
Yeah.
Like when in general, when I decide to play top game on most people, I'm getting them.
Well, you have gravity on your side, so it helps. It helps.
You gotta be something to do something.
What was that meme that you sent in our chat? It was like something about gravity.
Like this is Bill or Bob or something like that. He's a brown belt and his technique is gravity.
His technique is
That's
gravity.
Gonna be me. I'm trying to be that old salty brown belt.
Yeah.
A couple more
That's
years,
what's up.
3-4 more years, I'll be that salty brown belt out there just letting everyone know.
Yeah.
My goal is to be the mat enforcer. That's my goal. So I heard once a long time ago, you got to be a brown belt to be the mat enforcer. So that's gonna be me. So I'm just sharpening the game. So when you come around fucking around, I'm gonna be out there fucking around talking shit to all my homies, and I'm gonna get the call, and I'm coming out there to break you off. Let's recognize that. If you're a white belt, I'm breaking you off right now anyway. But
yeah. And then so going back to why people quit. I think dude,
it's not for everyone. You get ground out, your ears hurt, your knees hurt. You know what I mean? Some other dude some dude puts his nut sweat in your mouth. That's a game changer for a lot of people.
Was it Rainer, whatever the fuck his name is? He tries to make jiu-jitsu seem
like it's for everyone.
Like it's for everyone, and
it's not. That's one of the bigger lies in jiu-jitsu.
And it's
Jiu-jitsu's
like,
not for everyone.
you're never gonna. It's super safe. You hear a lot of times, and it's true to an extent where they say like you can go boxing, Muay Thai, and like you're never gonna go full out sparring every single freaking roll. You're gonna have sessions of that. Where in jiu-jitsu, you do go out full out sparring, and yes, it is safer in the sense that you're not gonna get CTE, you're not gonna get some of those, but you're gonna have different injuries. You're gonna have joint pain. You're gonna have finger pain. Your ears are gonna get messed up. You might get a knee to the face or a knee to your nose. Sprain an ankle. Sprain your toes. Your toes get sprained.
All the things you've just said I've had happen to me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like those are things, and you have to be. Let's say you have a job that is physical and you can't risk those type of injuries. Then that's a great reason why you're like, man, I can't do this, right? But at the same time, if you can work through that, I think it's a mental toughness that you build up, and you're like, hey, I'm not injured. Someone was commenting like, oh, on Reddit before it shut down, they were like, is this how it's always going to be, like injuries and blah blah blah? And like my comment was like, you need to look at yourself and realize, is this an injury or am I just hurt?
Yeah. Are you just a bitch?
Yeah, like. Who do you know at our gym that is there consistently that doesn't have some, not necessarily injury, but something like
none of the core guys are 100%.
Someone has something wrong, like you have a wrist, your finger, like your toe, you hurt your back, your rib hurts. There's always someone with, but guess what? You still fucking show up.
You still show up.
Unless you like really like the only time I've taken time off is when I hurt my back and I hurt my knee, right? But other than that, I'm fucking there all the time. But that's the cool thing, too. Like, if I were to roll with you...
Well, what's hurt on you right now?
Just my arm right now.
And?
The same shit.
You taping your fingers still?
Fuck up.
You wearing 4 knee braces?
Hey, I use my fingers to do shit. What about your toes? What do you use your toes for?
No, the tape.
Why they always,
It's because...
you don't grip with your toes.
No, the calluses, dude. I don't got calluses on my feet.
I
don't got gray toe feet either. This one's got gray toe hair.
I got calluses on my feet.
No, I don't have calluses.
Oh. So
the mat burn, dude. I think one of my toes sticks up like this.
Crying. He doesn't even use his toes for shit.
I be sweeping fools. Fucking
with a broom, you go out there sweeping.
I be mopping the mats.
Afterwards.
But I don't, dude. Every time I don't wear the Band-Aids, like I don't know what I must slide my feet across the ground a lot.
My toes John Wick sliding across the mats and shit. Yeah. But yeah, so I think a lot about that is ties to why people quit, and it's hard, man. It's definitely hard. For me,
you ever skin your toe real bad, and you're like, man, I think I'm gonna fucking quit.
No. That's why that's when I put my socks
Just little
on.
booties on.
Yeah,
Little
that
booties.
helps. Dude, you don't understand. If you ever had mat burn, the problem with mat burn,
terrible.
yeah, it's really bad, and it's not even that. It's like you'll never like hit your foot in that position ever. But then the one time you get mat burn on it, all of a sudden for the next 7 weeks, every time you train, you hit that same spot.
Yeah.
And then it never heals. It takes forever to heal. So that's when I started wearing those feet things, is because I realized, like, if I get mat burn, I'll wear those in a week, it's gone, and I'm fine. But if you don't,
I've never been able to
push
push past the point where like it doesn't do it anymore. I tried for like a month to not wear them. Just kept coming back.
Yeah, okay.
And like I wear boots at work, and they're stiff, you know, and like literally like one of my toe that I wear the Band-Aids on, I think sits like this, like it's like longer, and it sits like this, so it touches the top of my boot all day.
His toes look like that. They look like
I have the worst feet in the world. But you know what I don't have? Gray toe hair.
I don't have gray toe hair.
This one's not gray toe hair. It's gray.
I have blonde hair.
What color is this right here?
Yeah. What color is this?
Well, no, let's look right here. What? Zoom in right here. Zoom in. You added this. Zoom in right here. What is that? That's gray, Playboy. That's the same as your toes.
That's not the same as my toes.
That's the same as your toes. Hey, get this camera. Zoom in on that camera right there.
Don't listen to him. But yeah, going back to like why people quit, I think that's a big part of it. And then it's just hard, man. Like it's just hard being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and you can get burnout. Like you can definitely get like when you feel like you're not progressing, because there's times that you just feel like you're not progressing. You're never gonna get better. Everyone's getting better, and you get in your head, and you're just like, why am I even here? Why am I doing this? I'm not getting any better. But I think that goes to having a good team. It's like, even those little compliments, like yesterday I was rolling and I almost got caught arm bar, and you were like, that was pretty good escape. I didn't get out, but I didn't get submitted. Yeah. But those are those little things, like you feel like, man, but then someone says,
that arm bar was deep too. I can't believe you got your elbow.
Yeah, that's why you're like, those little things. You're like, oh man, like, okay, cool. I'm working the right way, or something like that. Whatever you want to say, those things help. But like, you can definitely feel with everyone progressing. It's hard to feel like you're getting better because everyone's getting better.
That's what white belts are there for.
That's why white belts are there for. So you feel like you're getting stuck, and that's another, it's going to make you quit, You just got to keep going. Just keep going day in, day out. Just keep going.
I wish I had more.
I think people, I think people that quit,
because I can never imagine quitting.
I can't either. I think why people, I think people quit? They don't listen to David Goggins.
I'm not trying to carry the boat, so I'm on the mats all the time.
Exactly.
A couple months ago, we were always texting back and forth about who's carrying the fucking boats.
Yeah.
That was when you were being a little bitch, not coming every day too. That was the point. You're like, something hurts, and I was like, who's gonna carry the boats? And you're gonna shut the fuck up. Now you're hitting me with who's carrying the boats. I think the worst reason people quit, which is a legitimate reason, but it's the worst, is if you can't afford it anymore.
Yeah,
that's the bummer, because it's usually the people who you want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like priorities change your life. You have a kid or something like that.
That's another very valid reason.
You can't come back, but.
I mean, I don't even think
any of those people stay away forever.
I don't even think kids is a good reason to quit, though, because
it's expensive having a kid. Jiu-Jitsu is expensive.
I mean, I think the money, the expensive part, yes, but like saying, I don't have time, I have a kid, blah 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 blah. There's so many classes you can attend to, and look how many people show up with their kids. They have their kids there.
Yeah.
So there's ways around that. There's ways around that.
I'm in between on that.
Hey,
I like all the parents, but man, some of those kids, you better lock those motherfuckers up.
Baby kids. Yeah. So there's definitely some valid excuses. I mean, let's be honest. All excuses are valid for yourself, because you it's your decision. You're a grown ass person.
But just realize you might be a bitch.
And it does suck to see some people quit or leave. Yeah. That you like, especially when you're like. I mean, you fucking have told me you wanted to quit for a while when you were a blue belt. Yeah. And I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're not quitting.
Yeah, I never did, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know you didn't. So I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying you were like, hey, man, I'm like, fuck you. You better keep showing up. Yeah, but that's a drive. Like, someone's there to tell you, shut the fuck up. You're being stupid. Let's just fucking keep going,
That's a reason I think people stay in jiu-jitsu. Like you were talking about earlier when you were getting all mushy about fucking those bonds you build with people, you know what I mean? There's like
they're legit, man.
There'll always be 5 or 6 dudes or people in general that you just really bond with. Like those are the people that keep you going and keep you motivated. And that's what makes it so addictive. You're like, oh, I get to see the homie. Even like the people I like the most in the gym, I have the hardest rolls with. You know what I mean? It's like you and I don't have easy rolls. Like someone's getting caught or someone's in a bad position.
I think if you're, I don't like know anybody that I roll with that I'm like friends with, and we always go at it.
Yeah.
Like one way or another. It's never malicious, but like I roll with Johnny. And I've had Johnny in some deep ass shit.
Yeah.
And like I heard his feet, his ankles. I heard his ankles.
Oh shit!
And he was like, I would have tapped to anybody else but you. Yeah, and it was like that's that thing where you're like, man, fuck you.
So that brings up a good subject. I meant to talk about it, but I forgot. Okay. So that homie is wearing an ankle brace because you fucked up his ankle.
He's still wearing an ankle brace.
That was probably like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You caught his shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday, I'm rolling with one of the dudes who I have him and I, if we're both rolling medium, it's 50-50. No, I take it back. If we're rolling medium, I get him every fucking time. Just the weight, I think that weight does it for him, right? But if we're both rolling hard, it's 50-50. We're going back and forth. And but when we're going back and forth fighting.
Yeah,
it's a fight. So yesterday we started out and we were rolling light, and he's balloon swept the fuck out of me a couple times. And one time I had to stop. I was out for like a week because he fucked my back. I fell right on my back. And so yesterday he pulls down to the balloon sweep, and I was like, not today. Then he hit it on me. I was fully based out. He muscled me into the balloon. But luckily I was able to like turn and get to the side. That's when the roll started. We were getting after it in this roll, right? I don't remember what happened. We're going through positions, and something just clicked. I think he had me mounted. I got to the half guard, and I put his leg on my shoulder, and he stood up. I stood up. I fully collected it, rolled into a toe hold and a knee bar. Dude, this shit was like fucking Gordon Ryan shit. It was highlight reel. I had this shit so locked in, and Johnny's bitch ass comes from the side and taps for him. And I thought he tapped, and I was like, oh shit, I full toe hold, knee bar at the same time. Belly down. I was belly down on his knee.
I saw something happen over there.
And then I thought it was the dude I was rolling with who tapped. And then I look up and Johnny's there, and he was like, "Hey, that's illegal."
Oh, okay. I heard something, and there was a conversation, and then Omar came over and was like, "Oh,
no," because he went over to.
You were like, when am I supposed to learn? Or something like that.
Yeah. I was yelling at him, and then he goes over to the professor.
See, you over here talking about me knee barring people. I do it lightly. It sounds like you were out there to murder his shit.
We're not competing. He's not competing.
It don't matter.
He's not competing.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
We're
talking to it in the context of it. And plus, you're a blue belt. You shouldn't be knee barring anybody.
No, I don't want to hear about it. You shouldn't either.
Purple belt, show me.
You are a new.
Purple belt.
Brand new. Years away. Years away.
You're not even smelling the blue belt
Years
yet.
away.
You're not even smelling the purple belt yet.
Years away.
You're not even. You got nothing on that purple belt yet.
Years away.
Anyway, so I had this toe hold locked in, hips down. I had it from like almost like single leg X position, like where the perfect ankle lock where you're not reaping, right? But he did something so it forced me to roll, grab the toe hold because I started at the ankle lock, rolled toe hold knee bar. This fool taps for him. Then he came up with all these excuses. He was like, no, I didn't say it was illegal because I saw it. As soon as I had the ankle lock, I'm going to lean back into it and start to look because I had it locked. He was not getting out of this ankle lock. This is probably the best ankle lock I've ever hit. Everything clicked. And I'm leaning back and I look and I see his face. And he was like, that's illegal. And I was like, man, shut
ankle locks are not illegal.
They're not illegal.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a purple belt.
Yeah.
So I had this and I was like, man, fuck this fool. And then it caused me to roll. I got the toe hold, full toe hold too. I think that's the best toe hold I ever got. And the knee bar. I felt the knee getting ready to bend the opposite way. So I wasn't smashing it, but I had it. It was tight. He wasn't. And then I started to maybe get a little heel hook in there too. A little toe hold, heel hook going. Anyway, Johnny taps to me and he's like, oh, that was illegal. And then later on, he tried to tell me that he tapped because he didn't think Santiago was going to be able to tap. Sorry, didn't mean the same thing. Didn't think he was going to be able to tap because the way he was sitting, he's like, just let him tap. Don't steal people's submissions. I worked for that. He was beating the fuck out of me too.
He's hard.
He was whooping because we were going hard.
Good. Yeah.
He was putting it on me.
Yeah, he's good.
Man, fuck you, Johnny.
You owe him a shot now. Next time we go out, you owe him a drink.
Nah, he fucking buys cheap-ass drinks.
A drink's a drink.
No, you're not wrong on that.
5 deep, drink's a drink.
Yeah. Well, do you think you should tap for people?
Not at a higher level. I mean, if you see that like they're stuck, like have you ever been in a position where
I
like
stop
you're
white
completely
belts.
trapped?
I stop white belts all the time.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen where you're like, I've been in a position where you're like trapped, and you can't talk, your hands are trapped.
I've had that happen.
So I'll
one
use my
time.
feet.
Yeah.
But if they're not seeing it, then you want to tap for them.
Yeah.
You might step in, but for the most part, unless that, probably not.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That really bums me out. That may have been the coolest submission I was ever going to get on someone, and he stole it from me.
No one's seen it though.
He saw it.
As long as someone saw it,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Man,
This guy over here, knee fucking barring, toe holding, tongue
and
about.
a heel hook, because I started tweaking it sideways, because I have little ass arms like fucking T-Rex over here, so I got the toe hold, and to fully get his toes, I had to turn them. So I was getting knee manipulation, the bend from the foot, and the fucking knee.
You're a horrible person.
The trifecta right there. That's like the Holy Ghost right there.
You're a horrible person.
When are you going to hit the Holy Ghost again?
Holy Ghost.
You get all three at once.
The Holy Ghost, the fucking ankle and foot locks.
Yeah. One of the dudes I roll with a lot, he likes to put people belly down and get him this thing called the Hickson choke. As soon as he gets that to me, I tap, because I get afraid. He's got me a couple times where my arms are stuck under my body and he's choking me so I can't tap, and I haven't been able to tap. And I'm panicking, like trying to wiggle my legs, but he's got my legs in the air. Like, yeah, that's pretty bad.
You know who I seen get out of a fucking deep submission, and I was like, God damn it. So I'm going to throw names out there just because this is cool. So, I don't know, Purple Belt Roger, he has this weird fucking arm lock.
Little Roger.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
This little, like...
There's a name to it.
I don't know what it is. He's got this crazy...
Yeah.
And you feel safe until he starts getting it, and then you're like, oh, shit. And you're like, I can't get out of this.
You feel safe even when he's getting it, then you're like, oh, shit, my shoulder's going to explode.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, shit. Like, you're like, what the fuck? And he can't... I even know that he's going to go for it. I have so much... He just catches it, right? And I've seen him catch it on, like, I don't know, like, a lot of people. But he went for it with Kyle. Kyle, like, I was trying to watch. I'm like, if anyone's going to get out of this... Kyle's getting out of this. Sure enough, he got out of it, but I was like, why? I still didn't understand how he got out. It was like I think he just kind of like pressured him into getting out. Because normally I'm stuck on the side and he came up on it. And I think that's how he got out of it. I don't know, but that's the first time I was like, damn, that's pretty good.
I guess if we're calling out names, man, fuck Little Roger too. You roll with that fool, it's 100%.
He's tough.
You're never going to get a light roll with him. I mean, sometimes...
I don't want to say...
I have never once... I rolled him the other day. He had me in the nastiest, what's that, Cantu choke? But he was across my face, just ripping my gums.
I won't say that, like we go 100%, but we go hard, and it's like, it's technical.
If he's not going...
It's like super technical.
Yeah, if he's not going near 100%, I don't want to see what 100% is for him.
Well, when I roll with him, it's always like, because he's a super technical guy. And so when I roll with him, he's super fucking strong. When I roll with him, it's always so strong. It's always technical. It's us being technical, like, and I really like rolling because we get, it's like super technical. But he's fucking good, man.
He's strong. I won a couple weeks ago when he caught me in that shoulder lock. I mean, he was ripping it. Like I thought he was trying to get like a inverted armbar or something, like stretch.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'll be all right, and then all of a sudden your arms like this, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So he ripped it, and I was like, man. So we stood up. He got the submission. We stood up, and I was like, I'm not letting this fucker catch me again. And I had to go like as close to 100% as I can get in the gym, because I just don't think I've ever hit 100% in the gym. And I had to like rub his face into the ground. I felt so bad about it. But I was like, that was the only thing stopping him from ripping my shit the second time.
Yeah, I like rolling with him.
I do too, but it's like
hard.
Dude, you got to be prepared to roll with him because he's fucking coming for it.
Yeah. I mean, those are good rolls, man. I enjoy those.
I do too.
I mean, he's just super technical. I like it's hard. It's that whole risk versus reward of rolling hard. So when you roll, like if I roll with you, it's a little nerve wracking because you're heavy. You got a lot of weight when you throw around. If I go, but when I go with someone like my weight, or even like if me and Johnny go together, we're like pretty close weight wise.
You are, which is surprising.
So we can like if we go hard with each other, I know like if he like drops his weight on me, it's not gonna I'm not gonna twist something. I'll be able to I'll be able to push off, or it's not even if he smashes me in a certain position. I know I'm like, it's not a fuck. Yeah, I'll be all right. So there's certain people where I'm like,
but if you come with me, I bring the earth.
He brings the earth. I like that. I bring the earth. Yeah. I like that. That's good. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, dude, there's some really good people at our gym that always like. And that's not what we're saying. Like, that's why when I said that he tapped me and he celebrated, like, it was kind of irked by it, but at the same time, Like it's kind of a cool because I look at some people, and I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a hard roll.
Nah, that dude. Every time I roll with him, when I get up, it's panic. He's panicking.
Normally that's how it is. Yeah, normally.
One time I rolled with him and he said something to me. I don't want to say what he said because I don't want him to get called out. But he said something to me and I was like, I wasn't even rolling hard, dude. I was rolling like 40%.
Well, I hope that he realized how easy the next we slept bump went again and it was like boom now. I'm trying on. It was game over. And
that dude's greenlit. Everyone's coming after him right now.
Yeah. So
can't be fucking around in the gym, dude. You're gonna get fucking greenlit. Everyone's gonna go fucking hard.
It was good. It was good though. But I mean,
you want to pause it here and crack the other ones?
Ooh, yes.
All right.
Yes. We're gonna go grab another beer. You won't notice though because editing and magic.
If you're a white belt and you're going hard, you're gonna
get what you put out. So. Like, if you're a white belt and we're, whatever, I might... Like, certain white belts, I know I'm a smash every time, I might just go transitions. I might just work on transition. It sucks for them.
Yeah.
But I'm not, actively trying to, break them. I'm just going to switch from, north-south. I'm going to go side control, knee on belly.
I'm trying to actively break their will.
Well, I'm just trying to move. I mean, it breaks their will when you're, doing that. But I'm not, going submission.
Yeah.
And so there's certain white belts that, I know they're going to struggle. And so in their 4-stripe white belts, and I'll just work on transitions.
Better watch your wrists.
Because that's the one thing that I've realized that I do is I don't commit and I don't I know I can do something, but I don't trust my game with higher belts. But with a white belt, I'll go for it.
That's what I was trying to say in one of the other podcasts, and I was like, I'm better than I actually put out.
Yeah, because I don't commit.
Yeah.
And exactly. And so I don't necessarily go for certain things. Unless I'm not thinking, and I'm just I'm gonna go. So I try to do that. Anyways, he wasn't joking, man. He went. We're recording this on a Thursday. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta get up and work out. He went.
These are 32s, I think. The 32s. Back when I was a kid, not an actual kid, but I didn't drink until I was 26. But when I was a young straight edge boy, they used to make IBC root beers in these 32s, and I used to rip them all the time. Oh, dude, they were the best.
He was I'm a gangster.
You used to be able to get them at the dollar store.
What?
$1 for a 32 IBC root beer.
You know that root beer's more an American thing, and other countries don't like root beer. They think it's gross.
Yeah.
I fucking love root beer.
It's so good.
Dude,
every once in a while you get a good root beer. Woo!
Yeah. I used to go to back in the day. We used to go to Claim Jumpers a lot.
Oh yeah. Claim Jumpers fire.
Has a root beer candies in the front. We used to take bag and we would just steal
you know what?
Tons of them.
The last time I had Claim Jumper, it was the worst steak I've ever had.
That's why I haven't ever gone back.
Oh,
it's gone downhill. It used to be really good.
I was in Seattle. And I was by myself, and I was like, I'm going to go to Claim Jumper. I haven't been there. And because my homie that I was up there working with, a dude that works up there, he was like, oh, let's go to Claim Jumper. And he kept saying, let's go to Claim Jumper. And I was like, I don't know, I'll go. I spent $90 on a steak and sides. It was terrible. I asked them for a medium. They bring it on a fucking skillet. And so I asked for a medium. The food was so hot I couldn't eat it. And by the time I got there, it was fucking overcooked.
Yeah, I can see that.
Man, fuck Claim Jumper.
That's I went last time, and if someone... It
was $90
if you were I want a mushroom burger, what are you expecting?
Mushrooms on it?
Mushrooms on a
burger. You got a portobello burger.
It was a fucking portobello inside a fucking piece. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
it's a mushroom burger.
You don't know how to read then. Because obviously...
I said mushroom burger.
Where were you at?
At Claim Jumpers.
Oh, yeah.
And it came with just a fat portobello. I was like, no, it was fucking horrible.
You should have sent it back.
I ate it. Yeah. I like mushrooms. So
I do too, but...
So I thought it would be I was like, whatever, it'll be all right. It was not all right. And I've never gone back.
Speaking of mushies, I'm trying to do some mushies, Playboy.
This guy. I'm good.
We're going to Texas in a couple weeks. He doesn't know yet. we're going in July. He's coming. We're doing mushies, dog.
Oh, 805 is a good beer, too.
805 is its own beer, too. It's not like another kind of beer, right?
Firehouse. Or Fire...
No, that's the name of the company.
Yeah.
No, but
what type of beer?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's not like a lager or anything. It's its own thing.
I am not 100% sure what 805
I was talking about it the other day with somebody at the gym. It's like its own thing.
I don't know. It's really
I think 805s are probably the best of the boutique beers. I didn't even know this was boutique
it's
anymore.
Hefeweizers and
I like
805 are good because if you just want to chill, you can have an 805.
Not everyone's trying to get IPA fucked up all the time.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But that's why I always start. This is my game. Whenever I go out, I'll always start with an IPA. You get there quick, and then you chill with 805s and Blue Moons the rest of the time.
Dude. Once I get it ripping, there's no chilling.
Oh, wow, that's you.
I
have self-control.
This weekend I was chill. I only had 3 margaritas the whole time we were there.
I don't know what I had. I had a lot.
Some people were fucked up.
I drink quite a bit.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. But anyway, so I had some new shit, some hot shit to talk about. This is more of a question for you, and I'll tell you what I would do because fucking phenom over here. Okay, so back in the day, if you're listening to this, you know about fucking jiu-jitsu. But let's say you found this fucking podcast by accident. Back in the day, the jiu-jitsu we do started in Brazil by one family, the Gracies, and no one knew about it. So they were always out to prove what it was, right? To prove that it was a superior martial art. No, the dojo storming. Yes, that's what I was going, dojo storming. So if you go on YouTube, if you type in Gracie Challenge, it's all the old school Gracies. It's mostly fucking Horian beating the brakes out of off people. Which
on their back, smacking them.
Could you imagine getting beat up by that motherfucker? That fool's such a clown now. He's like, that dude was like the most legit dude. He came to our school. He was super legit, and now he's a clown. Like, anyway. Dojo storming. So this is a two-part dojo storm. Real dojo storming and tweaker dojo storming. I want to know your thoughts on it. So a few months ago at our gym, maybe 2 years ago at our gym, it was a while ago, I'm standing outside and I'm walking into the gym. And, you know, we talked about before where we are. It's a little bit rough out here. There's a lot of drugs out here and shit. And I'm walking into the gym. It must have been a winter time because it was dark when I was walking into the gym. And this dude is walking towards me, and I was like, man, he walked towards me like we were going to fight. And I was like, oh, I'm fucking about it right now. I think I was like a 3 or 4 stripe white belt. I was like, come fucking see me.
He had his license already.
I'm about to get a street blue belt right now. And this dude dives onto the concrete under a car and starts like trying to get
I remember.
under the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, what are you looking for? And he was like, I think I have something under here. And I was like, no, you don't. And he was like, yeah, I do. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, and he like crawls out and disappears, right? So I'm like, whatever, and I'm telling the people at the front desk. He kept coming back. Yeah, no, I'm telling people at the front desk. I was like, hey, there's some tweaker out there. Let's call the cops because he's getting wild out there. And I turned to the left, and the door's open, one of the far doors, and this dude comes running in.
Oh, it's that guy,
and somersaults across the mats, and he got dealt with and shit. But then a couple months ago, again, someone was like trying to handle check people. Like, how much meth you got to be on to be handle checking people at a place that's got people fighting on the windows?
Yeah.
But I was out there ready to fucking fight that dude because at the time I was still trying to get my purple belt.
I remember. I don't know who said it, but they were like, "Hey, I'll go handle him for like my next belt."
That was me.
Was it you? He was like, Omar, I'll go take care of it for a blue.
Yeah, I was like, what's it gonna? I was like, if I submit this fool on the street, so I get a fucking purple belt or what? He was just laughing and shit. But so that's the scenario. You're in. Let's just say you're in the gym, so it's not quite illegal. You're in the gym. You're sitting there minding your own fucking business, and some dude comes in there somersaulting and grabs someone. What are you doing? You dojo storming this fool? You whooping his ass, showing Gracie challenge style?
I mean,
what do you hit him with though?
You're probably gonna rear naked choke his ass.
That's probably the way to go, right?
It's the easiest way, especially if he has someone. He's not gonna be able to defend it. Boom, he goes out, and then he lets go.
All right, but look at this.
I know the situation that you're talking about. I was standing right there when he rolled in.
Hey, don't finish the story.
And
the whole story.
Yeah.
Okay.
He started rolling, like doing that stupid barrel roll. He had some He took his fucking shoes off. He took his shoes off at the door, so he had like the decency to take his shoes off before he got onto the mat, and then he started rolling with his crusty feet. But he was rolling towards the kids, and then what happened? What transpired, and he was no longer, able to roll. But what was interesting to me is all the kids were there, and a lot of the kids, the kids class had just ended, so a lot of the kids were still in there, and then they saw what happened. And then they were like, "Oh, this shit works." Like,
it's crazy that what he did worked.
Yeah.
I would never do that in real life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it fucking worked. He put that motherfucker.
Yeah.
What happened.
Yeah.
But
and there was a size difference.
And that fool was smoked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wild. But do you remember this? Do you remember the other one when the dude was like door checking people? Because I know your name. We call you Hot Mom. I think we told her we call her Hot Mom. So Hot Mom was outside, and I know for sure she knows we call her Hot Mom. So she was outside, and because she usually it was when we were doing longer classes, and she was leaving kind of in the middle of classes, and she has kids and shit like a baby, and someone was door checking her door when she was walking out there, and she comes back in, and I was like, oh, fucking Big Daddy to the rescue right here, call me fucking Big Poppy. I'm out there trying to roll with this dude, but he ran away. He didn't want the fucking heat.
It's weird. I mean,
So would you get it in on the street? No mats?
I'm not gonna fucking pull guard, but
yeah. So this would be my sequence.
That would be the perfect time for. If you think about going for a takedown in the gym, it's hard because everyone knows you're going
knows
for an
what you're doing,
Ochimata.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
know you're gonna go for an arm drag. They know people in the street are gonna know that
They
shit.
know
And you're gonna be able to hit an Ochimata,
Yeah.
fucking a hit toss, like boom,
Yeah.
like real easy.
So I thought about this. This would be first of all, I'd hit him with some Nate Diaz 1-2 good shit. You know what I mean? Then and then I'd fucking overhook his ass. Yeah, I'd fucking overhook him and ankle pick him. Because the ankle pick, you're so safe, especially if you get that wrestling one where you fucking snap him down, ankle pick him, yeah.
And then off to the side,
technical
knee on belly.
mount, technical mount.
Oh, I'll go knee
Just
on belly.
fucking.
But that's the purpose of jiu-jitsu. You don't need to like.
Yeah.
You just go knee on belly, give frapping.
Hey, I heard stories back in the day when Omar first came. On Fridays, they used to do contact. It was EBI rules, fucking combat jiu-jitsu on Fridays. Bring that shit back.
That would be
We'll see
interesting.
who's a fucking man or not. I guarantee I beat the brakes off this redhead motherfucker right here.
That would be
Hit it
interesting.
with some 1-2 good shit, dog.
Ha
No ideas. Yeah.
That would be interesting. What was I gonna say?
No pull guard in the streets.
You definitely don't pull guards in the streets. Yeah, it's a good way to get your fucking shit stomped.
Imagine, yeah, for sure. Imagine balloon sweeping someone on the street though, hitting that on the street. There's like you're at a fucking club, shit pops off. You're outside
boom,
the club,
bam.
There's 150 people. And whoa, you balloon sweep someone.
Not even that. You fucking do the fucking the swirl armbar shit where you boom, 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 armbar broken.
Yeah.
You stand up and you just
You'd be raining. It'd be
just
raining
like
on you.
you just like
Yeah. Just fucking hit him with the
and then you adjust your hat. You know,
yeah,
just a little
fucking,
little
just walk off like nothing happened. Walk into the darkness like a fucking anime character.
just walk away.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of. You gotta take care of shit.
You down to go dojo storm someone though?
That's stupid.
Nah.
That's stupid. A karate?
And just a dojo in general. So
Not
there's
another
that.
jiu-jitsu. That'd be stupid.
Maybe. So there's that school here. They claim they do jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah. That's
I'm about to
funny.
roll up in that bitch. Every time I drive by, I was like,
I just was telling you. I saw a few videos where like they just put down some mats and were like, "Here's $100 if you can tap me." I mean, you're lucky you would probably get a black belt show up and be like, "Oh, my friend." He fucking shows up and he's like,
He hits
"Oh,
you with the Portuguese. He's like, fucking, you
Yeah,
slap bums.
you're like,
so
shit.
you go, fuck. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not putting mounts out there. Fuck no.
Oh.
In real life, we're getting it.
I
There's
thought
no
it was
fucking
cool. Like
technique.
you gotta watch the video. It's actually pretty cool. Like no one that came. At least he didn't show how much money he lost, but no one that came. And he was a purple belt. No one that came like even had come close. To,
I think if you're a purple belt, you're basically a god on earth when it comes to fighting.
Fuck out of here.
It's hard to be this fucking good at jiu-jitsu, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. Especially for the real world.
I mean, you gotta be good at jiu-jitsu when you're that ugly.
Ooh, good thing I'm married, huh?
Right? That's exactly right. With that, we were talking about quitting and whatever. I think I was talking to like purple belt Roger, and I was like, man, you know, because you start kind of get fucked.
But you know what's crazy? Like,
well,
as people progress, their names change with them. Because there was already a purple belt Roger, and now he's a brown
two
belt.
purple belt Roger.
No, he's
Oh,
a
yeah,
brown
no, the
belt.
brown belt Roger. No, that's what I was talking about. Damn. Yeah, brown belt Roger. See, fucking up.
Good thing
brown
I
belt
interrupted
Roger.
you.
Yeah, brown belt Roger. I was talking to him, and then I was like, imagine like, cause I know it was before the white belt got his ear, but I was like, imagine being like a white belt and like you fuck up your ears, and then you quit.
He fucked up his ears at white belt.
Oh,
his ears,
you're right.
His ears have been like that since he was a white
This
belt.
conversation happened before.
Oh, okay.
Before, anyways, and I was like, imagine quitting and you have fucked up ears, and he goes, yeah. Imagine quitting, you having fucked up ears, and you can't fight. And I was like, damn, you're right.
Yeah, but the ears might scare some people away because people kind of know about the ears now.
Yeah, but
That's
people
why
try
I'm
to
bummed
give
out
it.
when my shit's
People
on the
try to
in-ear.
give them their fucking
Yeah.
shit.
I got the shitty one on the inside.
You can't.
But
Even, my ears.
see, mine's getting full, so pretty soon.
I don't want it, but like what I do
I'm gonna
have.
look like a little tortellini soon.
what I do have, it's not visible because the color of my skin or whatever, it just kind of blends in, so you can't even tell. So, but that's how I like it. I don't want to. Except my ears hurting right now, and I went riding today, and I had to like
Where's your little Princess
fucking
Leia's
put my
at?
helmet on the fucking suit. I only wear that when they're like really acting up, like really acting up.
Princess Leia ass motherfucker.
Some of us like to stay pretty. Someone's got to do it.
I'm drowning in it either way.
I like it. I'll keep my ears looking good.
White belt slayer. I slay a lot of things, dog.
You don't be slaying Sundays when we over here fucking working hard.
Dude, I'm busy right
That
now.
shit was hilarious. He goes, oh, why don't I get an invite? And then he's like, oh, yeah, because I never
never
show
come.
up. I never fucking show up. We've been putting in work, man. Misa had me fucking dying, bro. I mean, it's not like we're doing like a lot of lifting.
I'm not trying to be the only fat dad out here.
We're not doing like a lot of lifting. We're doing like a lot of
calisthenics. And
yeah,
shit?
Calisthenics. Well, with the sled and just doing like
That
body weight
comes
shit.
that comes back to carrying the boats.
We were doing.
I can carry the fucking boats.
We were doing planks for a minute, but it was like it wasn't just normal planks. It was like a plank, and then you have to stand up, and then you come back down.
Oh, yeah,
for a whole minute, just a whole minute, just doing that.
You doing this?
No, we didn't do that one. We just standing up, and then we did like I mean, it's pretty intense. Like it's a crazy workout. And then it was right after. I was hoping he was like. I'll be honest. I was hoping he didn't because I was up late. I didn't drink. I didn't get drunk, but I was up super late because I was working, and so then I was like, I woke up at 10, and we usually work at 10:30, and I was like, hey, if you're not feeling it, just cool.
Oh,
just
you trying to
let me know.
back out?
Yeah.
You weren't trying to carry the boats?
He was like, I'll be there at 10:30. I was like, fuck. I was like, I just woke up. I was
That's
like, all right.
text you don't want right there.
Yeah, I was like, but I wasn't gonna cancel, so I was like, I'll just give him the option, and he did not cancel, and so then we ended up coming. But it was like a bad. Like I felt like I was like, man, this is like, dude. I was like, we finished our workout, and I was like. My legs were wobbling and shit. And I tried to step up onto just that little curb. I was like, whoa, goddamn. I was like,
what do you think your neighbors think of you?
They came. A few neighbors were out here. They're like, oh, you guys have put in work, huh? And then I'm sure they think. I don't know.
I'm gonna come out here with my shirt on and 5-inch shorts on.
What is it called? Daddy shorts? Hoochie daddy shorts?
It's Hoochie Daddy Summer
so
coming
stupid.
up.
I fucking
What do you
hate
mean
those
stupid?
shit. Those are the dumbest.
That's
because
because you don't do legs.
I do legs on the days that
your
we're here.
Your legs are the same as your arms.
Yeah, I'm symmetrical.
My legs are 4 times bigger than my arms.
I'm symmetrical.
That means he skips leg day.
No, sometimes.
Yeah, I hear skipping leg day.
I mean, I don't skip.
How many days a week do you do backs and buys?
Just twice.
Curls are for the girls, you know what I'm saying?
Curls for the girls.
Curling.
What's that guy?
Robert Frank?
Robert Frank,
Dude,
that shit is hilarious.
Best.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
That dude's the best.
No, I just do twice a day. Or twice a week. Twice a day.
He's not doing twice a day.
Twice a week. Yeah, I'm not that big, man. I don't work
this fool's
out.
big. Don't let him fucking.
I don't work out that much.
I made him take his shirt off a couple months ago when we were here. This fool's Jack City. But it's crazy. Does all this shit. He's out here fucking carrying the boats, working out on Sundays after he's been drinking all Saturday night. This fool was drinking and working on Saturday night, out here carrying the boats, and still ain't got shit for me.
I ain't trying to get crushed by the earth.
Bring it.
The earth is heavy.
Hey, there's people at our school that weigh a lot. Purple Belt Roger, we keep saying his name already. Purple Belt Roger is like 145 pounds.
He's way better than me.
No, as long as you admit it.
He's way better than me. He's good. There's some people in our school. I mean, I love rolling with them. They're just fucking on another level. That's what we're talking about. They're just on another level, man.
Some of them are just sandbaggers, too, like fucking Kyle's bitch ass.
God damn it.
I love that motherfucker. That fool's sandbagging.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's super good.
I saw him putting some work on an upper belt the other day. I was like, God damn.
You know what, like,
someone picked me to roll, and I was like, hey, I'm going to skip this one because I wanted to watch that roll.
You know how many times it happens to me where I'm like, I want to watch. Like, I'll see it's funny because you'll see, like, 2 people, and you're like, this is going to be a fucking good roll. Yeah. And you're like, man. And then Omar will be like, oh, you. And I'm like, oh, but I want to watch. I want to watch that roll. I know it's going to be good. Because there's been some rolls where I'm like, I should be paying to watch this.
Yeah.
Like, this is a legit, like, straight up good roll.
Yeah.
I love when those rolls happen. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I think we should switch into some news now. I got some news to talk about.
You got news?
Got some news.
I'll put a little.
The fucking news thing?
Yeah.
All right. Also, you need to put the Donald Trump when I said earlier.
I don't know.
Donald Trump thick? You don't know about the Donald Trump thick? Oh, that's why you didn't put it last time.
No.
Oh, there's a picture of him. Looks like he's saying thick, and he's all. You got to find that. Anyway, so I think it was this week or something like that. I know this happened a couple months ago, but I think it happened again. One of the Rotolo brothers was out there talking shit about people being on PEDs, and he was like, I think we should just, be warriors and blah, 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 blah. He was saying some bullshit. I can't remember the words he used, but it was basically like he's too good for PEDs. And it's like, homeboy, your professor is on all the shit they make. And I'm not hating, because I'm on the shit too. But I don't look like Galval. That motherfucker is on some shit. So what do you... And
he's much smaller right now because he's off his cycle.
Galval, yeah.
Yeah, when I saw him at...
he's not big in general. I mean, we met him.
No, wait, I just saw him.
Yeah.
Was he at Masters? I think he was at Masters. Yeah,
I'm sure, yeah.
He was at Masters.
Yeah.
I was standing right next to him. And then I took a picture with him.
Yeah.
But I was like, remember when he fought Gordon?
Yeah.
He was fucking
But he was only like
jacked.
215.
He was jacked.
But you know what's crazy? Like a month or two before that, he fought and won at 185.
Really?
He's like.
Maybe in my
The
head, maybe
camera.
the TV, maybe the camera makes him look bigger.
But no,
'cause
he's
when
big.
see-
I took a picture of him and Louis, and he's big. Like, he's a big dude. But, I mean, Galvao is obviously on the shit. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if
Well,
you're going to do ADCC, you got to be on the
those are
shit.
the rules.
Because everybody's on
Yeah.
the shit. Like, the only person that won that may or may not be on the shit was Cade. Or no, Ty. No, Cade. Yeah, Cade.
Well, the thing is, too, it's like,
You don't think Giancarlo Bondoni's on the shit? Have you seen that motherfucker? And did you so he's a dude that won. He won trials and actually won weight division. I think he's the only dude ever that's won the trials and then won the weight. There's videos. So he was fucking Danaher's uke or whatever in all the fucking videos. So like back in the day, if there was a video of Danaher on fucking BJJ
Training,
Fanatics, it's him training with him.
Uh-huh.
He's like a skinny little dude. And now
Now
he's
he's
in
all
fucking.
jacked.
Now he's out there fucking training with Gordon and shit because he wasn't training with New Wave back then. He was just a dude that somehow Danaher was friends with from Boston. So he moved to Austin, and look at that motherfucker now, dude. They got their cycles
I think
locked in.
I think it's like you either look if you're gonna ban it, you need to ban it for everybody, or you allow it. And
Well,
so
ADCC, I think it says in the contract we do not test.
yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like they're obviously allowing it and allowing that loophole. So why are you crying about it? There's
Yeah.
no reason for you to cry about it. If you want to cry about it, then don't compete in that specific organization.
Yeah.
You can go to IBJJF test.
Nah,
You know,
that's some fuck shit. If you're an American and you win something, you're gonna get tested. I guarantee it. In the IBJJF.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but not everyone gets tested.
But only at
that's where I was
adult.
going.
Only at adult,
Only
not
at adult.
masters. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the IBJJF is always on some fuck shit. It's like the reason they don't test everyone because it's expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive.
Because they're trying to make that money, which I have fucking no hate. I'm trying to make that money too. But like they're out there trying to be the Premier League, which they are the Premier League. But 85% of the
I'm
people are
gonna
on the
be honest.
shit.
I don't look at them as the Premier League. I think ADCC and
Nah,
those
ADC
guys
nah,
are.
'cause-
That's like the Olympics
but,
of jiu-jitsu.
Nah, but the ADCC actually is.
And then
but
now
they're doing all that
well,
bullshit.
Fight to Win
now.
is IBJJF too, isn't it?
No, that's not shit.
Well, like Fight to Win, I think is making some huge super fights.
Nah, who's number one?
And then UFC say, but they're gonna
Who-
drug test
yeah,
too.
they're not drug testing the UFC.
You don't think so?
Not unless the only reason they would drug test in the UFC is if they're
Did Gordon sign with you?
No, it's because if it's a sanctioned event by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, then they'll drug test because it's not the UFC, it's Nevada doing it. But I don't think those are sanctioned events by the NSAC or whatever. So they're not, there's no way Craig. I have that on here to talk about, but Craig Jones is on the next one. He's fighting Felipe Pena, and there's no way those two dudes are gonna fucking submit drug tests. Craig Jones talks about being on shit.
I've never heard him talk about.
Oh, he talks about it. Yeah, he talks about it. He's for sure on test.
I think Craig Jones is gonna be Felipe Pena.
Man, that's hard to say because like Philippe looked super bad. Well, no, I take it back. He looked good the first like 10 minutes of the last
He
one.
prepared for Gordon Ryan, didn't fight Gordon Ryan, and he looked like shit.
Who did he fight?
The last fight he fought was it Nicky Rod?
Oh, I didn't watch that. Yeah, that's right. But
And he looked like
yeah,
shit.
yeah, but when he fought Gordon the first time in that no time limit match when he quit, dude, he looked good.
He looked jacked as fuck, but
he's
he sucked.
Where does he train at?
Yeah, he's fucking training at Atos.
At
now.
Atos.
Yeah.
He's on that Atos
That's
welcome
that
package.
whole like
Jesus.
everyone that hated Gordon got together and were like, we're
Yeah.
gonna fucking make.
You know what's
this.
even crazier about that? Philippe and Galvao had problems before
Yeah, they
that.
hated each other.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how strong the hate is for Gordon.
Gordon.
That two people that hate each other got together and be like, no, we're gonna
Yeah.
work. We're gonna.
Then
keep
they brought
doing-"
in Craig Jones, and
They
Craig
brought in
Jones,
King Jones?
He was like, I don't even hate him, but he hates me now.
Yeah. I love. That's why I like Craig Jones. Like he don't give a fuck. He's
Craig
so
Jones,
hilarious.
but
He was just talking about that, or he was like, he takes it too serious. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
And he takes it so serious.
he's like, I'm trying not to have a job.
yeah.
That's his
yeah.
goal, is not have a job.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he runs a school, so it's kind of a job. But you're doing jiu-jitsu all day,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the job I'm trying to have.
That's my retirement goal.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
So my thought, and I haven't put a huge amount of thought into this, but
I have.
my thought is, like, I don't want to be retired working at Walmart, working fucking contract shit.
You're retired.
Like,
You shouldn't even be
I'm-
working.
Yeah, but I want to do jiu-jitsu. Because jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have retired and then they don't do anything.
die.
And they die because you don't do anything. But imagine being retired and then doing jiu-jitsu, and that is your, like, that's your, not necessarily your career, but that's, like, not only are you getting paid for it, you're going out, you're being active, it's going to
Yeah.
keep you strong. I mean, you can keep competing technically.
Well, think about best case scenario. God forbid you open a school and you're single. Shit happens. You get a divorce. You're single.
You have jiu-jitsu. you're gonna get some white belts. Don't do that. That's bad.
We talked about that earlier.
Don't do that. That's bad. You don't shit where you eat.
You're gonna be looking good.
You don't shit where you eat.
Flashing,
You ever been to, I don't know, I mean, I used to go to like actual gyms a lot, and there's always that dude that's like 50 years old, and he's
slaying
fucking
rats.
jacked.
You know, I was at the gym last night.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like jacked, great, but like gray as fuck hair, gray hair, but you're like, he's getting all those girls that are looking for
fucking looking for.
But yeah, so for me, I'm looking at it like, hey, if as long as I make it to black belt, you know, it'd be nice to have some wins, some medals, to be like, hey,
I mean, you might get to black belt, but it'll be after me.
Even if they're, I'm gonna tell them to hold you back. That's what's gonna happen. You're not a favorite anymore. That's why you got that purple.
Yeah, I'm only getting like 3 rolls a day too. What kind of whack shit is that?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm out there flexing on them, saying, hey, let me get a roll. I get shit.
I roll almost the entire time.
I know, dude. You still can't beat me.
It fucking sucks.
Putting in all that work.
But it sucks.
You're putting in all that work.
Why don't you come down to my level?
Do you think you have like? I think when you work out, when you're out here, David Goggins is a picture of me, and you're just like, like fucking like the Rocky montage.
Yeah, if I turn the camera around, it's just a big portrait of this guy. I'm like, fuck that fool. It's like a dartboard, you know.
Have you watched the Rocky when he fights Ivan?
It's been a long time. Since
man, he's out. Oh yeah,
you're old as fuck.
You're older than me.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Rocky.
Because I grew up in the combat sports, dog. Fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, Rocky and shit. We had that one on tape, so I watched it a bunch. But
he had it on tape, but not purchased. He recorded it off of TV.
It was recorded off of TV.
I told you. He was like, record. Commercials.
There was no commercials. Stop. There was no commercials. I think it was like dubbed from like a rental or something.
Oh my
Back
God.
in the day, Rocky 4. I think it's Rocky 4. But there's a montage where he goes to Russia and he's training like. Ivan has got like they show him shooting the steroids and he's on the treadmill like in a world class gym. Yeah, he's in a world class gym, and fucking Rocky's running with logs and shit. That's you out there running with logs. And I'm just fucking chilling, sitting all fat, eating candy, still whooping your ass.
Hey, I'm. So for this next competition, I haven't looked personally to see like.
You want to talk about your cycle?
What the brackets look like, but I'm debating, like I said, I think you were the one that told me like
go up, dude.
There was like 3 people at 208.
You got to be 2 something to do something.
No, well, I was 199 yesterday, but I did go get wings today. I was hungry, and I was like, man, I really need some more protein, and I got a flyer for like some wing spot. It was like a coupon, and I was like,
this new one right here.
It's over there by Target.
Oh, was it good?
It was okay. Oh. I don't know if I'd go again. I spent $80 on wings. I know.
For yourself?
No. Yeah. Anyways.
I had to go potty, so we stopped.
Well, and the battery just kind of died.
One of the two.
One of the two. Anyways, I was talking about the wings. So I bought the 40 fucking wings. And then
40 wings was $80?
It was 40 wings and like I bought 2 things. I bought like 2 things of fries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like
You can never get fries from wing places. They always suck.
It wasn't regular fries.
What kind of fries are they?
They were like fries with chicken.
There's
and
no
then
fucking
like
way you weigh 200 pounds.
Like a hot. Well, I weighed 199 this morning.
Probably 206.
Now
right
I am.
Yeah.
Probably
275.
275. Yeah. But if I stay at where I'm at, what I've been doing has been working to keep me kind of down. So I'm like, So I got to check the brackets and decide if I want to go down.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was like 3 dudes in your bracket. Go up.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I was saying. I might just do 208.
Fuck that 195 shit.
I know, because I want to go down to eventually probably like 180 or something like that.
You're crazy. Mm-hmm. Isn't it nice drinking that beer?
I mean, think about like...
That beer's nice, isn't it?
Jonah's 180. Look
but
fucking big
he's also 5'1", and he's been working out his whole goddamn life.
I'm going to get there. We're not talking about that. I'm going to get there.
I don't think Jonah watches what he eats. I've asked him about it. He's like kind of on a diet.
I mean, my diet's
I see it, I eat it.
I just eat a lot of protein.
Yeah,
protein.
I asked him a couple times. He's like, yeah, he said he doesn't like eat a lot of shit, but he doesn't go out of his way to be healthy.
I know he told me he was struggling to like meet his protein.
Yeah, my wife hangs out with his wife. They're always eating fucked shit. She'll be like, "Oh, are you eating?" She's like, "No, I ate." And I was like, "What'd you eat?" Some fucking whack shit they ordered when she's over there.
I don't know. But it was delicious. It was good. It was pretty fucking good.
I don't know. All those fools on autos are on shit.
There was a lot of people on shit. That's the thing.
Everybody is
Especially when you get to like masters.
I still think Tynan fucking threw it, so he didn't get tested.
I don't.
Did you follow him yet?
I don't think that's the case.
Did you go follow him? Dude, this fool is jacked.
I don't think that's the case, though. After watching that one, I don't think so.
I mean,
You don't throw that many wins out. That's a legacy you're throwing away.
Jansen's a bad motherfucker.
He
ain't that bad. I mean, maybe he was just on fire.
I mean,
that
that's
day.
a legacy you're throwing out. I mean, when you if you think
he never was going to go undefeated.
How many fights does Gordon
career.
Ryan have in a row?
50 something.
It's it was even less. No, I thought it was more.
No, it's less. I think it's 50 something.
Oh,
yeah, but Gordon's lost.
Not in a row.
No, but what I'm saying is he never was going to go undefeated. There was never going to be a point in time where he went undefeated in his career.
But
that's his legacy.
Well, right.
His legacy is not the amount of wins in a row; it's being undefeated.
Well, yeah, but he lost that now. Wait, who?
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, Tynan.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
now
matter.
it's gone.
But it doesn't matter. He's going to go down if he continues. If he
he'll
gets
still
back,
be the greatest.
If he gets back on the saddle, he'll be the greatest in the gi ever.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, now I was gonna try to end it here.
Marigali.
Yeah, I was gonna try to end it here, but that's the thing I wrote down here. So is Marigali the greatest in the gi, or is he fucking Wish Gordon Ryan?
He's not greatest in the gi.
I think. Well, he's got 3 super fights coming up.
I think Hodger is the greatest in the gi right now. Still.
Ever.
Right now. Well, shit. Not even just Hodger. You have fucking.
Buchecha.
Not even.
Buchecha's the most winning.
Not even him. What's the one that had?
D'Angelo.
Cancer. He has cancer right now.
Oh,
Marcelo Garcia.
Yeah, but he was more known for no-gi.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought it was like
no no-gi. He's like one of the.
I would say the GOAT for gi is going to be Hodger.
Or
I mean, that motherfucker came out of retirement
to beat up Buchecha. Yeah, but Buchecha did shit he couldn't do.
What do you mean?
13-time world champion. Hodger only had 10.
I think there's a difference in I know it's going to be difficult. Hold on. I think it's going to be difficult to compare someone now versus then. It's the same. Like if we the best,
100%.
The easiest way to give a really good, I think, example that everyone's going to understand is going to be this: take UFC 1.
Yeah, the eras.
And you take someone in UFC now. Yeah, there's no way anyone from UFC 1 is going to be able to beat someone now.
Yeah,
however,
not even top 50 guy.
You have some of the greats from fucking back in the day that you can't take anything away from them for what they did.
Yeah.
But it's a different era now.
All right, let's talk about the eras then, though. So unfortunately, jiu-jitsu for the former world champions, the old dudes. Mm-hmm. Hodger is in that old dude shit now. I mean, he's not even that old. He's like 40 something.
Right.
But he's been popping for so long. He was in the era when the competition wasn't as good.
But I think.
But Buchecha fought tougher dudes.
I think that even at his age, if he really was I'm gonna go back out, that he would be able to win. Yeah,
again. Maybe, but I don't think Buchecha comes back and wins.
No.
He's
not on the same level as Hodger.
Yeah, but so
he's good. Don't get me wrong. Buchecha's fucking amazing.
I would like to see if you're talking about eras of people, Hodger versus Victor Hugo, because Hodger's way bigger than everybody. He's fucking huge.
I think Victor Hugo is good, but I don't.
Right now, there's no doubt.
I don't think he's going to beat Marigali.
I think that's going to be a tough one. So I thought the same thing.
I think it'll be a tough fight, but I don't think
Marigali submits him. I looked it up. Victor Hugo's never been submitted. Not a black belt.
So you're thinking by points?
If he beats someone, it's going to be by points. Yeah. Victor's on some shit right now.
Marigali's going to know that. He's going to be like, "Fuck it, he's going out." I don't.
There was some stat about it.
He's a big dude too.
Victor Hugo.
Yeah.
Marigali. They're both big. Yeah. But there's some stat out right now. It was about Victor Hugo. It was about something about him winning the Open and winning the weight. I think he's the first ever.
Did you both?
Yeah, at black belt. To win weight and Open, which is not super fair because he's an ultra.
Yeah.
So he's already
it's the same.
But he got.
It's kind of like having the same fucking class. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he was in, it was easier because there's nobody else in ultra. Mm-hmm. So he fought. I think Kynan for the final. No, Kynan for the final. Kynan's a super heavy or a heavyweight. Mm-hmm. 205, right? Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. 205. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he fought Kynan, but. But if you watch ADCC, one of those little fools, it was either Pato or fucking one of those little fools from Brazil put it on him. Because I think he has a hard time with little guys. So I think if you're a little guy, you have a better chance against Victor Hugo. But I would like to see Victor Hugo versus Hodger. Not so much that I think Victor Hugo is better, but he's the same size as Hodger. Mm-hmm. And Hodger didn't fight anybody the same size. Even Buchecha was smaller than Hodger. And Buchecha is fucking huge, dude. Dude, I took a picture with him at fucking 80cc. He makes me look like a kid. He's giant.
It's because you're short as fuck.
Taller than you.
Barely.
Still taller than you.
Just burly.
Taller than you. Better looking than you.
That
upper belt.
Debatable. It's not even debatable. I look better on camera. And
Says who?
in person. I say so.
That doesn't count. It's like my mom says I'm better looking.
Exactly.
My mom says I'm better at jiu-jitsu than you are.
That's hilarious.
My mom says I'm good as fuck at karate because she doesn't understand what the fuck I do. Anyway, I think this is kind of the end of it. Last week we didn't fucking end it.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm Mr. Slayer White Belt. This is fucking John. Fuck you, we're out.
Yeah, what he said. Till next time. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Give us some ideas.
I take it back. I love you. There's only a couple White Belt Slayer shirts left. If you want one, hit me up.
You didn't even bring mine.
I have it free.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have mine. Yeah. Peace.